gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, and analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, coherent, mature fashion. Definitely subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, for tuning into the Flash Lives, tuning into the premieres of my videos such as this, man. The community posts, commenting there, liking it up there. Also, everybody who tunes in, man, the Playback family, salute, man. Thank you guys so much for supporting, you know what I mean? Hit the notification bell, the likes, everything, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new here, if you love the sport of boxing, this is simply the place for you. I mean, it's as simple as that. If you love it, go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and hit the notification, etc., right? Okay, man. I want to get into this. I want to chop up a couple fighters here. First, Magsayo, if I'm not mistaken, that's how you pronounce his name. I'm horrible with names, I don't know what it is, but, congratulations to Magsayo over the Gary Russell fight, him winning over Gary Russell. I know it's a controversial thing, and I just want to get right to this. And then I want to talk about Chris Colbert, okay? Magsayo, man, I know everybody's talking about it, and because it's obvious, Gary Russell's injury. I think he got injured around round 4 or 5. If I'm not mistaken, it was his right hand, I think he threw a right hand, and it looked like it bent. It looked, ouch, man. It looked like he did got I don't know what happened there, but, it looked like it hurt. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. It looked like it hurt, man. And Gary Russell's a soldier, man. He's a warrior, I'm telling you. Credit to Gary Russell, definitely, man. Everyone's talking about, Magsayo fought, Gary Russell, one-armed Gary Russell, he fought him with one arm, and, Gary Russell fought with one arm and, one hand, and, that's all he had, and I definitely understand that. Remember that, it was the round after, or between rounds, he was checked by the doctor or something like that, the ring doctor, and, Gary Russell said he was good and he wanted to continue. I mean, hey, that's some warrior stuff right there, man. That's I've talked about it. It's funny because, I've talked about that time and time again, in past shows, live sessions and videos and stuff like that, where, for example, Oscar Valdez, right, having a broken chin fighting years ago, and he fought all the way through. That's some warrior stuff, ladies and gentlemen. You got to give credit to these guys. Deontay Wilder, he also broke his hand. I think it was when he fought Chris Arreola. The list goes on and on. There's lots of examples. How these guys just keep going, man. They keep pushing, and that's what it's about. That's why I love the sport of boxing. You learn from that. I'm saying? We learn, how to push through adversities in life. And these guys, man, push through adversities while they're fighting. It's just crazy. It's just amazing. You know what I'm saying? So, shouts out to Gary Russell, man, for fighting all the way through. And he fought very well. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people, this is the thing here. People are calling it a robbery. You know what I'm saying? It was a robbery, and he got robbed. Gary Russell was robbed. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a robbery, man. I mean, it could have gone either way. You know what I'm saying? It was a close fight. Magsayo got the win, and I'm not tripping over that. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not tripping over that. I'm not saying it's a robbery. Very close fight. Had Gary won, I wouldn't trip over that either. It was a very close fight, man. But hey, shouts out to both. And the thing here is that, it goes back. You go to the post-fight press conference, Gary Russell was talking about that injury was haunting him. That hand injury or what have you was haunting him since, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the days of the Olympics, when he was trying out for the Olympics or something like that. So, I mean, he but he never treated it. That's the problem. And that's what happens, I'm saying, with these guys, man, when they don't treat it. Now, and he also mentioned, check this out, man, this is important, because he also mentioned that around that time when, the injury started, rearing its ugly head, right? He talked about that they could have gotten a surgery. He could have gotten an operation with, on that hand a long time ago. But he just didn't do it. He didn't want to go under the knife. And I understand that. It's his choice, but those are the consequences that happen, you know what I'm saying? When you don't treat an injury, when you don't treat a potential injury, on the body. I mean, you've seen fighters do this. Deontay Wilder did it after he broke his hand. I reiterate one more time, when he got that Chris Arreola fight, he got that broken hand. If I'm not mistaken, shortly after that, he got surgery. Caleb Plant, you know what I'm saying, some time ago, that postponed the that cheater guy, I forgot his name, Ustakati, yeah, that guy. The first fight, the originally scheduled fight, sorry. Caleb Plant injured his hand, and he went straight to surgery, had the fight postponed, and, they got it on, you know what I'm saying? That's just me, that's just my perspective. I think, Gary Russell should have treated that. Shoulda, woulda, coulda doesn't exist, right? Whatever, but those are the consequences, when you don't treat an injury, it's gonna pop up, man. It's gonna rear its ugly head, and unfortunately sometimes they pop up in fights, man, and that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? And it was clear. It was very clear. You can see it. I mean, this is the difference. This is the difference when you see a fighter like, for example, in Gary Russell's case, he threw that right hand. I think it was his right hand. It looked like that right hand, man. It looked like it folded or whatever happened, man. It looked like a real injury, and you can tell he expressed pain. Everybody saw it, the slow motion, repeat, whatever. It looked like he expressed pain, man, but he fought through, and unfortunately he didn't treat it a long time ago, and he himself admitted it. So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now, I totally disagree with Gary Russell saying that he won like 10-2 or something like that. No, I don't think so. Okay, I think it was way closer than that. But whatever. I'm not a judge. So, but I personally think that Magsayo got the win, and I'm not tripping over it. Now this is the thing. Like I said, salute, man, to Magsayo. Tough fight, and he's a tough fighter. I didn't really know who he was, and I remember, he fought, if I'm not mistaken, Ceja. And if I'm not mistaken, Ceja is the guy who fought Rigondeaux some time ago. Ceja's a tough guy, you know what I'm saying? I remember they fought. Yeah, there was, I just don't remember when it was. I think Magsayo fought Ceja before he fought Gary Russell. And then I recalled, I remember seeing Magsayo fight. He's a tough guy, man. Magsayo's a tough hitter. If I'm not mistaken, he knocked out Ceja in an impressive fashion. I think Magsayo, he went down in that fight too. It was a nice fight, man. Fun fight to watch. But obviously, when you step up to a Gary Russell, a highly skilled, high IQ fighter, the tables turn. You're probably not going to knock down. You're not going to knock down Gary Russell. It's going to be hard to, at least. You know what I'm saying? And Magsayo tried to do that, but with his hard hit, he hits hard. Got to respect that, definitely. So but hey, shouts out to Magsayo for the win, man. I mean, and I know a lot of people crying robbery and stuff like that. Whatever. I think it was close, and I'm not tripping over it. This is what I want to say though. Gary Russell in the post-fight press conference, man, he did talk about having a rematch. He wants the immediate rematch, and I would love to see that. If they saw it was unjust, if Gary Russell himself is calling it a robbery, then go rematch and get it on. You know what I'm saying? And Gary Russell, he wants that. Now, this is something very important that I got to point out concerning this. Don't expect a rematch soon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know the future, whatever, but we can use common sense and logic here, ladies and gentlemen. He had his hand hurt. Gary Russell talked about he has to take care of his hand, the situation. Most likely it's going to be an operation, a surgery. That's me, and that's not him saying it. But he said, he's going to take care of his hand, and he wants an immediate rematch. Ladies and gentlemen, do not expect a rematch soon. Don't expect it. You think that, if he gets an operation or however he's going to treat that hand, it didn't look like it was a small injury. And he himself said, remember, in the post-fight press conference, man, he talked about, or interview, whatever it was, man, he talked about this injury's been haunting him for a long time. So it's going to be something that he's going to have to rest a couple months at least, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm talking about only the treatment. When they treat his hand, if he takes his hand to treatment, which he should, ladies and gentlemen, check this out, man. This is not, my point in saying this is that don't expect a rematch soon. And I think that's the best thing to do, have a rematch. To clarify this whole controversy. Oh, he got robbed, and judges suck, and I get it. There are robberies in the sport of boxing. I don't think this was a robbery, personally. Close fight. The way to settle it, rematch again. Fight again. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to be soon, because by the time that Gary Russell gets his hand fixed, it's going to be at least a couple months. At least, ladies and gentlemen, a couple months for that hand, to heal. And then after that, you already know, ladies and gentlemen, by the time it's announced, it's going to be 3 months after that or something like that, and Gary Russell, let's be factual, ladies and gentlemen, he's not active, man, and that's why I think it sucks, man. I love Gary Russell, and but with all these fighters, and we're going to get to Chris Colbert in a moment, so, and the same goes with him too, but not as much, obviously, because Chris Colbert has been quite active throughout the past couple years, but anyways, Gary Russell, man, that's the thing, his and whatever the heck the thing may be, whatever the heck the reason may be, I know a lot of people are saying that, it's Al Heyman, he has a beef against Gary Russell. I don't know, that's not my business, and I really don't care, okay? Because I'm not there with these guys, and I don't talk to Al Heyman, I don't freaking know these guys, but, I see what I see with my eyeballs, and Gary Russell, he's hardly fighting, and it sucks, man, because his level of IQ and his, potential and talent, he's reigned so long, as champ, but he really hasn't fought much at all, And I think that's another reason to why I think that the rematch, ladies and gentlemen, between Magsayo and Gary Russell, I don't think it's going to even be soon at all, at least another 6 months. And I think that sucks. You know, what we want, though, is Gary Russell to get better. That's the thing, you know. I hope he heals up soon, you know, get that hand issue fixed. But don't expect a rematch soon, and I think that sucks. I'm just trying to look at it in a realistic fashion, you know what I'm saying? And I would love to see them fight soon again. And I know a lot of people out there saying also, Gary Russell himself said if he had his two hands, you know, good, he would have. But then again, I don't know, because, you know, Gary Russell saying that, you know, he would have whooped him even harder had he had his two hands good. But I'm not so sure of that, ladies and gentlemen, because the first few rounds, when his hand was okay, you know, apparently at least, right? Magsayo was putting in that work. It was a good fight, man. I think it would have been a really good fight throughout the whole fight, 12 rounds, a healthy Gary Russell. But then again, Gary Russell, you know what I'm saying, after the fight, he also said that, you know, he came into the fight injured. But that's just on him, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sit here and say, oh, Gary Russell, it's all your fault. No. But, ladies and gentlemen, you go into a fight injured, that's not, I don't know, man. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on him. He's a fighter. He knows what he's doing. But that's on Gary Russell. That's his fault. You know what I'm saying? I just got to say it what it is. Lomachenko, it's your fault. I said the same thing. Lomachenko, it's your fault. If you had the injury, supposedly, I think Lomachenko's a little more sketchier. I think it's a more suspicious case, in my humble opinion, at least, concerning his claims that he had a shoulder injury. Well, it's your fault, Lomachenko. You're a pro. You have a gazillion years in the sport of boxing and amateurs. Blah, blah, blah. It's your fault that you went into that fight injured, and you lost. It is what it is. Pacquiao, it's your fault also that you went into the fight injured against Mayweather. Supposedly, you had your shoulder. I think with Gary Russell, it's more valid. You know what I'm saying? What he's saying, because you know he was talking about ever since, you know, back in the Olympics. It's been haunting him, this injury. You know, it just manifested in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I tend to believe Gary Russell more. You know what I'm saying? But it's still his fault. Let's just be real. It's still his fault because he decided to go into the fight, and he said that he went into the fight injured. Go to the post-fight press, you know, that interview. So it is what it is. I know everybody's trying to go to rescue, and you know, he fought with one hand. I understand that. I definitely do. But whose fault is it? Gary Russell and his team, come on now, and his team decided to go into that fight. So, you know, it is what it is. That's why I would love to see a rematch. You know what I'm saying? Let's be fair, and let's watch. I want to see this rematch, man. I definitely do want to see a rematch with a 100% Gary Russell. However, I got to reiterate one more time. Knowing how Gary Russell hardly fights, man, which I think it's horrible, man. You know, it's sad. It's sad. For whatever reason it may be, now it's going to be even longer, most likely. I'm not saying it's going to be another year, but at least another 6 months, man. Who knows? I hope I'm wrong. And I've said it so many times, ladies and gentlemen. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I always say it when it comes to, you know, speculation and things of that nature, and when it comes to certain predictions or analysis. You know what I'm saying? And possible trends of certain fighters in the future. You know, the pattern of a fighter and how they, you know, the pattern, it determines what they're gonna do in the future. I've said it time and time again. And unfortunately, with Gary Russell with this injury now, ladies and gentlemen, and him getting it fixed and yada yada yada, man, I think it sucks, man. They're not gonna fight anytime soon again. You know, the rematch. I wish it was immediate, but you know, it is what it is, man. But hey, shouts out to Gary Russell, man. He did great. He did great, man, with one hand. Wow. Hey, that's awesome. Just imagine how much more action-packed it would be. And you know, obviously, you know, Magsayo, man. I mean, not the most intelligent fighter in the ring, right? Tough hitter, tall, you know what I'm saying? His height helps him a lot, you know what I'm saying? You know, his combos on the inside are nice, you know, definitely he has power. So it's going to serve for an explosive rematch. I hope they rematch, man, but I see it dim, ladies and gentlemen. If they do rematch, you know what I'm saying? I see it quite dim. And if they do rematch, it's going to be way down the line. Man, you know. But, man, I just hope the best one more time for Gary Russell, and salute to Magsayo for the win, man. Very, very close fight. Good stuff, you know what I'm saying? Good stuff. Now, you know, I'm just kind of mixing 2 and 1, okay? Chris Colbert, okay? Check this out. I want to show you something. All right, check this out. You already know I like to go to, you know, sources or what have you, whatever, you know, online here on Twitter. Boxing News 24, they retweeted this, okay? This is by boxingschedule.co. Never heard of that website. I actually did a quick click on that website. It looks like it's just like the boxing schedule. I don't know if it's the whole year, but it's a whole lot of fights and schedules. So interesting stuff right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is interesting also. I got to share this with you. You know, like I said, man, I like to share different things. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about going back like that. But like I said, link in the description. As I always say, Link in the description or everything we're gonna say today. Okay, whatever. Okay, so while everybody is talking about Rolly and Tank Davis, WBA ordered that. That's something to talk about too, though. I tend to talk about other things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I tend to talk about just different things, and this is something I gotta talk about. Chris Colbert, man, definitely. Look at this fight. Come on now. Chris Colbert versus Gutierrez. He's the champ right now. Gutierrez is the champ. Chris Colbert, he got his opportunity. This is for the WBA Super Featherweight Championship. Finally, Colbert got an opportunity to championship status here. Here we go. This is gonna be a fun fight, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday, February 26th, and that's great. It's not pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Not pay-per-view. Good stuff, man. I love it. I love it. This is some good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Colbert, and I know Colbert, man. He's a controversial guy. He runs his mouth off a lot. He expresses what he thinks. You know what I'm saying? He definitely expresses what he thinks, And this is very interesting. Why is this very interesting? Because if you go here, okay, let me just show you real fast, man. I gotta show you. And like I said, link in the descriptions of everything we're seeing. Boxing.live, link in the description, yeah. So you see this, man. So we got the champions right here. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, in this division, 130, you got Shakur Stevenson as WBO champ, you got Oscar Valdez as WBC champ. They're gonna unify, which I think is awesome. At least supposedly they're gonna unify. Supposedly they're gonna fight, right? I don't care if they call it official. I don't care if they sign contracts. Things can happen just quick example. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. This sucks, man. The Chocolatito and Estrada fight, that's gonna be postponed. Now Chocolatito's looking to fight somebody else. I'm still optimistic for 2022, though for the sport of boxing. Definitely I am. But, that's boxing, man. That's my point in bringing that out. Chocolatito and Estrada, that's postponed because, apparently Estrada is something with COVID or something like that, man. Hope it gets well, whatever. But now Chocolatito is eyeing another opponent. I forgot his name, but it's somebody who people know. I just forgot. I took a quick glance at it. And, why am I saying this? Because when apparently something's official, we never know until they get in the freaking ring. So whatever, man. So, so Shakur Stevenson, man, as you know, and Oscar Valdez supposedly are to fight a unification, WBO, WBC unification. And now this is awesome. WBA, check that out, like we just saw in that announcement, Chris Colbert is number one contender, and then he's going to fight right here, Roger Gutierrez. Now, the only thing here, it looks like the WBA, the champ belt is vacant. They got to fix that stupidity, okay? WBA, fix that stupidity, please. Get that stupidity out of the way. But anyways, it's going to be the top versus the top. That's my point here. Chris Colbert versus Roger Gutierrez, top versus the top here. Whatever's going to happen for that vacant. What are they doing? WBA, fix that stupidity, please. That's foolish, and this is dumb. What's up with this? How the heck is that possible here? You see this, and then you see this, and what the heck? Chris, top versus top. I love it. But get this, there has to be one champ, just like the WBC right here. Shouts out to that, and shouts out to that, and shouts out to IBF. I know WBC has its controversy and its stupidity as well, but they all got dirt. Whatever. But at least it doesn't have here, a regular, or, that nonsense. Everybody knows franchise nonsense too, but, but hey, this is good. I'm talking about this division only, solely this division I'm talking about, focusing on. So this is good, though. Chris Colbert, man, fighting Roger Gutierrez. I guess this is the regular championship belt. But, the weird thing about it here, if you go to this announcement, it doesn't say, so it looks like WBA Super Featherweight Championship. It doesn't say, like, regular championship. So, whatever. Like I said, confusion. These guys got to fix their nonsense there. Anyways, so Chris Colbert is getting a shot to fight the top. That's the good thing here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited about it. Why is it even more exciting? For these reasons. You got, if Chris Colbert wins, who knows who'll win there between them two, man. I got Chris, though. Man. If he wins, then he can get a possible shot at Shakur Stevenson or Oscar Valdez. Come on now. And you got O'Shaquie Foster, man. I like O'Shaquie Foster, man. That kid got some skills right there. And I want to see him face one of the tops, too. So this is interesting. You see, that's why it goes much more, ladies and gentlemen. It goes much more. It goes beyond Chris Colbert and just Roger Gutierrez. You know, it goes beyond. It goes to these names right here. You know, you got Ogawa too. You know, the winner between Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I pushed a video on that talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Have an opportunity to go fight Ogawa, or O'Shaquie Foster can mix it up. If Chris Colbert beats Roger, O'Shaquie Foster can go for Chris Colbert or something. I don't know. You know, you got some good names here, ladies and gentlemen. Very good names, and you know, this is getting quite interesting now. Chris Colbert fighting Gutierrez. I think it's going to be a great fight. It's around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. I love it. Now, there's something I got to point out concerning Chris Colbert that I mentioned in conjunction with what I was talking about Gary Russel, you know, and comparing their activity, you know, and fighting. Okay, now check this out, man. Now, this is it. The announcement right here, right? 2022, so it's February 26th, okay? So here it says, you know, let me just reiterate that World Boxing Association World Super Feather title. It doesn't say regular title or anything like that, so who knows, right? I hope it's the real title because it's vacant apparently, so whatever. So you see his, so this is his first fight in 2022, obviously fresh on the year, you know, and then he fought in 2021, his last fight against Tugstock, however you pronounce that name, right? If I'm mistaken, that was King Tug. I just don't remember. A lot of guys, sometimes I forget their nicknames or whatever in their names. So 2021, July, that was his last fight, okay? And then you got 2020, you had him fight twice last year too. In 2020, and you had him fight four times in 20. You see, 2019. This looks good, ladies and gentlemen. This looks good. You know, Chris Colbert looks quite active. You know what I'm saying? He looks quite active. And that's the thing. That's what you would expect out of prospects, for them to be active. Now, what I want to point out though is this. Hopefully he doesn't, you know, start slowing down if he beats Roger. That's what I want to point out here. Hopefully he doesn't become like a lot of these champs out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just be real. If he beats, Gutierrez, hopefully it just doesn't slow down and just, you know, fight in another 8 months. You know, you got to go for the gusto, especially with Chris Colbert's skills. You know, Chris Colbert got some skills, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be tested against Gutierrez. You know, I love it. And then you got Shakur there, you got Oscar there. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is some good stuff, and I had to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But I do not want to see Chris Colbert, man. If he wins, I don't want to see him slow down. I want to see him going unified. But you know what I'm saying? If we go back to it, if we go back to this, you know, the rankings, if he wins, he'll probably defend it against this guy, Jono Carroll or Uranov. I don't know those guys, whatever. You know, he'll probably defend it or something. You know, mandatory, schmandatory, right? And I say it with all due respect, you know what I'm saying? You know, the mandatories, I get it. Everybody deserves a shot, you know what I'm saying? But that's most likely, you know, that's a big possibility that will happen. It's a big possibility, because a lot of these fighters are doing that, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these fighters are doing that. You know, they get the championship belt, and then they wait 8 months, maybe 9, even maybe a freaking year, and then they're gonna defend against a mandatory. And then by that time, all these other champs, you know, they're probably doing something else. You know, by that time, Shakur will probably move up. You know what I'm saying? By that time, Oscar Valdez, who knows? You know, I don't know. But that's what happens with a lot of these champs, man. And I hope. Why am I saying this, man? Because I hope it doesn't happen to Chris Colbert. I hope Chris Colbert doesn't do that and decide to do that and get complacent. Come on now. Same with Ennis, man. I got to be 100 with everybody. Same with Jerome Ennis. However, Jerome Ennis is different. I think Jerome Ennis is different. But who knows, right? Only God knows his mind. You know what I'm saying? If or I guess I can say when Ennis becomes champ, because I've been saying for a long minute, I don't think Bud wants to smoke. I don't think Bud Crawford, I know it's controversial, I don't care, but I don't think Bud wants to fight Ennis. You know what I'm saying? I think he thinks it's too much of a risk, and I think that Ennis beats Bud. That's just me. You know, and I know a lot of people may disagree with that, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I think Ennis beats Bud, okay? But when, or whoever Ennis fights to be champ, because we know there's going to be some changes in the welterweight division. It's too long to explain that, but you know what I'm talking about. Most of you guys should know what I'm talking about when I say that. There's going to be some changes in the welterweight division. There's going to be some changes. And Ennis is going to be champ very, very soon, I think. And, you know what I'm saying? By the time that Aaron Ennis becomes champ, I hope he doesn't come complacent. I hope he goes and unifies and possibly gets undisputed at welterweight division. I hope the same for Colbert, and I hope the same for Shakur or Oscar or these champs. Ogawa, maybe Ogawa will surprise the world. I doubt it, but I doubt it. But you know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be among Shakur, Valdez, or Chris Colbert. Maybe Oshaki Foster also. You know, one of those guys are going to unify. One of those guys will possibly become, you know, both. Or there's probably going to be a couple guys there that are going to be unified champs and maybe not undisputed, because you know how it is with politics. It's hard to get undisputed. That's just the facts. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard sometimes to be undisputed, because another point here, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, real quick. The freaking across the street nonsense. You know, this side of the street, that side of the street, you know, oh my gosh. But it's politics, and it has to be spoken of because it's a reality in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Chris Colbert, I guess he's on the PBC, you know, under the PBC umbrella. You got Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez. It's easier for them to unify because they're under Top Rank. So that's another point, you know what I'm saying? That's another point that may prohibit a unification if Chris Colbert, I know I'm looking down the line, but I like to do that sometimes. You know, Chris Colbert, if he beats Gutierrez, man, and gets that belt, hopefully it's the real belt, you know, real champ belt, he can unify, but it might be an impediment. It might be an obstacle because he's on the PBC side, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I don't want to see. I got to see these guys. You know, we as fans got to see these guys unified. Great names, you know what I'm saying? Great, highly skilled fighters, and my respects to them all. But I hope we don't see no stupid politics stuff get their disgusting nose, you know, in the business and mess it all up. So we'll see, man. We'll see. What do you think about this, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think that, you know, Magsayo versus Gary Russell, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, but whatever, you know who I'm talking about. The guy here on the screen, the karate guy here. Yeah, he's cool. Look at that. He has the cool look right there. Yeah, the cool pose. No, I'm just kidding. So, you know, Magsayo, Gary Russell. Do you think that's going to be soon? I doubt it. But do you think so? Because remember, all those points that I talked about concerning Gary Russell's injury, by the time he recovers, and the inactivity he has shown throughout several years, which I think is horrible, it's probably going to happen, man. So I don't think it's, you know, that's probably what's going to happen. That's just going to extend. Magsayo's going to probably go do other things, defend the title, etc., man. But I do want to see an immediate rematch, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon at all. You know, so, man. So what do you think about that? So what are your opinions? You know what I'm saying? And what do you think about Chris Colbert? This is great, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Colbert, man, coming to fight February. I love it. You know, so good stuff, man. Renee Boxing, a platform we simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature, coherent fashion. Definitely, man. Subscribers since day one. Everybody, man. Recent subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much for your support. Hit the notification bell, man. Like it up. If you're new, if you love the sport of boxing, this is the place for you. Renee Boxing. Peace out. Stay safe. Knock you out.